You are now on the guest list for the VIP Lounge at the Kitten Club.
In the VIP Lounge today, I have a very, very special guest. He's Marlon, the Magician McClain. Hi Marlon, how are you?
Great, how are you, DJ Fritchie?
I'm not too bad. I am not too bad. Thank you for taking the time out to join me again on the show. Where can I start? Who are your main influences as a musician and also as a music lover as well?
I would say starting off, some of my main influences was, James Brown, Jimi Hendrix, and the guitarist Terry Cass from the group Chicago. I love the group Chicago. But those were some of my main influences when I was first starting to play the guitar.
It's quite interesting that the guitar was your first love. Who really got you involved with playing the guitar?
It was just something I wanted to do. I originally was playing clarinet in grade school. And then really what happened, I think, was right about the time I really super got interested in the guitar, the Beatles came out, and I was a really big fan of the Hard Day's Night record. And that just led me to want to play guitar. So I asked my mom to get me a guitar, and she got me one for Christmas, and everything kind of came together from there. I'm a totally self-taught musician, so I just started listening to records and picking up parts and stuff like that, and it just led me down a certain path.
Just out of interest, Marlon, which guitar do you play?
I have a series of guitar. Ones I'm playing right now, I have an endorsement with Epiphone, so I play a lot of Epiphone guitars. I have I have an Epiphone Casino that's kind of like a take on a guitar that John Lennon kind of designed for them. And then I play a guitar called a Legator, which is kind of like a Strat type of guitar. It's called an Opus Legator, which I love a lot. It sounds really fantastic.
With your music, you ganged up with a load of your friends and you formed a band called Pleasure. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah. I helped form the band Pleasure back in, we made our first record came out in 1974 on Fantasy Records. We actually got signed to Fantasy through the jazz trombonist producer Wayne Henderson. He kind of was like our mentor and really got us going in the business.
What sort of success did you enjoy with the group, and what was your favourite moments?
Well, we enjoyed a lot of success. The group really started in 1972, and we just kind of worked our way up. We were one of those kind of bands that made our reputation on our performances, so we always practiced a lot. Like what I called it was staying in the basement, and where we lived in Portland, Oregon, you had a lot of big, huge basements, so we were always in the basement practicing, and we would go out and play our shows, and literally we just got a reputation of being a really good band. And through releasing our records, we developed our really first big following on the East Coast. One of the cities that embraced us first was Philadelphia, and we were really big in Philadelphia before we were big anywhere else, and we just kind of used that as a launching pad to, further our fan base.
How many albums in the end did you make with the band?
6.
You enjoyed your greatest success with the album featuring Glide. Can you share some of your favourite moments because it became a bit of an anthem?
Yeah, that album the Future Now album was our biggest record that we put out as a band, and it was kind of like the album that really expanded just everything about the band because we produced that album ourselves, and we just kind of had certain concepts that we had in our head, and that's kind of what was displayed on the album, and the album did really well. We toured all around the country on that record, and it was just a really, really, really great album to release and support.
That's really good. The one thing that evolved from yourself as a talent, as a producer and a songwriter, and you shared quite a bit of work with people like Jeff Lorber, George Benson. Can you share some of those experiences? And also, I could see that you had a passion for jazz as well. If you could share some of that information with us.
I'm like a fan of music in general. I'm a musician, but I'm a fan of music. So I think that even if I wasn't a musician, my passion for loving all styles of music would still be the same. So it just happened that I would say starting in 79 and 80, I decided to start producing people in the Northwest. Well, two of the first artists I really got involved with was Jeff Lorber, and also got involved with the group Shock. And Jeff Lorber we produced a #1 record with him that got him his deal at Arista Records, and then we also produced a #1 record on Shock, a song called Let's Get Crackin', and kind of started their career off. And after that, I just started working with a bunch of other artists, like I worked with New Shoes, the song I Can't Wait. I co-produced that song. There was a group called the U Crew, who had a song called If You Were Mine that was very successful, and a group called the Danby Network, who signed to Hologram. I just was really involved with a lot of records that came out of the Northwest. And then from there, I decided to move down to Los Angeles. I got involved with people like Foster McElroy, the guys who produced In Vogue. So I worked on a lot of the In Vogue projects, and that led me to working with people like George Benson, and I've always known the guys in Tower Power, so I've worked a lot with those guys too.
Before I move on forward to your moments with the Daz Band, the one thing I do notice is that it seems as though your passion as a producer, that really evolved quite well during that period while you was working with those artists. Would you say so?
Yeah, I would think so. You know, it's like I said, it's a natural progression, because if you love music, you like to work with different artists, because not everybody's the same, and I kind of feed off the part of not wanting to do just the same thing. I just love music, and so I've been fortunate that I've been able to work with a lot of different type of artists.
During your experiences at that time, where would you say were the favourite places that you performed and visited?
I would say one of the places that I've always loved performing at was always loved coming to Europe. When I joined the Daz Band in '85, we came over to the Hammersmith. I think it was like in '86. We performed there, and we also performed in Amsterdam. And at that time, we did a lot of dates with Kool and the Gang and the SOS Band. And I just remember us playing these big, huge festivals in Germany that were like right along the Rhine River, and it was like incredible.
So you've shared some of the experiences working with the Daz Band, but then you also got involved with a group called the United We Funk All Stars. Can you share some of that background on that?
Yeah. From being in the Daz Band in 1999, the leader of the band, Bobby Harris, had come up with this concept of bringing all the funk bands together into one big, huge band and making a record and then going around the country and touring behind that record. So him and I gave that concept to a backer, and the backer loved the idea, so we put a company together, and we got the acts like the Barcades, Confunction, SOS Band. We had Roger Troutman in the group before he passed. We had Rick James in the group before he passed. And we also had The System in the group, and we also had Charlie Wilson. And so we made this record, and the record was well received, and then we toured the group, and then we put together a live record called the United We Funk All Stars Live. And that record did really well too. It was really great to be a part of something that was so big and groundbreaking, because nobody at that time had done anything like that with a funk band. And so, you know, you would be on stage, and you turn and look to your left and right, you'd have 22 musicians on the stage playing each other's songs. It was incredible.
Wow, that's really good. And where did you perform? Did you perform all over the world with the group as well?
We didn't get to take it out of the country, other than we took it to Japan, but we didn't get to take it to Europe. All over the United States we toured, and it was very well received. It was big.
Now, moving on slightly forward, going back to your production and your writing skills, or I should say your songwriting skills, you wrote quite a few songs for artists like Charlie Wilson and Jeff Lorber again. Can you share some of that background around the success that you had with writing songs for those artists?
Well, Jeff Lorber and I have been friends forever, so we've always written together, and I love Jeff. He is an incredible talent, an incredible musician, keyboardist, and just an all-around great guy. I've called him Dr. Lorber forever. He's like a mad scientist. I've known Charlie Wilson, since the early days of Pleasure, because both Pleasure and the Gap Band used to record at the same recording studio called Total Experience in Hollywood. And we kind of reconnected in 1999 when we did the United We Funk records, and I've been, very fortunate to be involved with kind of like his return to the stage as a solo artist. It's been incredible, because he's right now doing fantastic.
Yes, he is. Let's take you slightly back to 1981. When you left the band Pleasure, you embarked on a solo career. What made you take that decision? Well, it was time to try something different. And throughout your solo career, what was the experiences like? How did you enjoy being a solo artist?
Yeah, like I said, I've never looked at it as going solo or being a solo artist. I just always look at it as making music. And so it just so happened at that particular time, it was kind of time for me to do some new things. Pleasure, in a lot of ways, was just going in different directions. So I just thought it was a natural time for me to explore the part of me being a producer and working with other people, which I'd already had anyway. So I went down that path, and luckily I had a really great relationship with the president of of Fantasy Records. His name is Ralph Caffel. And I asked him if I could make a record, and he said, yeah, go ahead, go to the studio and make a record. So I made my first one, Changes, and I had a lot of great musicians on that record, like Randy Jackson, the bassist, and Steve Smith, the drummer for Journey. And we just went in the studio and had a great time, made some music. And from there, I just, once again, just started working from other people. And just from time to time, I'll decide to make a record, and I'll put it together and just put it out. I think that's the great thing about music is it's just really just what's in your heart. Let that be a vehicle to say what's on your mind.
With the Shades of Soul Records, you embarked on a few projects with that label. Can you share a bit of background around that?
Yeah, that was basically, in a lot of ways, I would say that was Jeff Lober's idea. What would happen was that myself, Jeff Lober, and Nate Phillips, the bassist from Pleasure, whenever we weren't working on the road, we would kind of come together over at Jeff's house in his studio and just work on music just for fun. So we had all these tracks that we had put together, literally just show up and play with whatever would come out. And that eventually turned into the Shades of Soul project, which was released on Narada.
What was the responses like, not just sales-wise, from the media? Did you get a lot of response from the media?
Yeah, we sure did. We got it really good. But I think during that period, unfortunately, the whole landscape of, whether you want to call it smooth jazz or quiet storm music, that whole landscape started changing. So that label eventually went out of business.
Well, talking about your love for jazz, it also brought you into another project called The Groove for Grover. Can you explain how that came about and how it evolved?
Oh, once again, I believe that was Jeff Lober's idea. We've actually known Grover Washington since the early 70s as well. He was actually one of the early supporters of Pleasure, and he actually was the guy who actually told Wayne Henderson about the band, and then Wayne Henderson called us up and helped us get our record deal. And so there was already like a natural connection with Grover and Grover's family, and Jeff is from Philadelphia, and he always has loved Grover and his music, so I think it was like a natural thing to put together.
What sort of response did you have from the media in general with that project?
Oh, fantastic. Groove for Grover. I mean, actually Project toured all around the country, and, you had the great saxophonists like Gerald Albright, Kirk Whalum, all those guys played in a part of it, and so it was a lot of fun.
I could just imagine, your life on tour. It sounds as though you did have quite a good time, being a performer. Would you say that you had a lot of great experiences being on the road?
Oh, without a doubt. There's nothing like, how can I say it, there's nothing like making a connection with people who love music. And so you feel that when you perform, and you obviously see it on the expressions of people's faces. And so there's nothing like that at all. It's like one of the best feelings in the world.
So for Marlon McClain, which person does he prefer? Does he prefer Marlon in the studio or Marlon on the road?
I would have to say both. But recently, I've been more into being in the studio because I'm in the process of developing a lot of younger talent, and so I'm using my experience to help move that along, and I've really enjoyed that process.
Talking about moving on, and you have a member of the family who is also involved in music. Her name's Whitney. Can you share some of the work that she's doing currently?
Yeah, we have a project that we're getting ready to release pretty soon on Whitney, an EP, and currently she has a song out called Bombs Away that's doing really, really well. It's right now has over 1 million views on her video at YouTube, and also getting rave reviews at a lot of different online blog spots and radio stations around the country. So we're really excited about that. And then my son, Marlon II, has a group called Made in LA that he has a deal with Neo's production company. So you're working on his project. I'm really excited for him and his music partner, Katya.
So when you briefly look back on your own experiences, Marlon, I know you're a lover of jazz. I know you're a lover of music. But would you still say you're a master of the funk?
I would say that funk music comes out of me naturally, which I count as a blessing. It's something that, like I said, God has just given to me naturally. So yeah, I love funk music a lot.
So coming to your TBC project, how would you say Marlon, the artist today, would you say that album represents you now?
Oh, 100%. It's a cross of funk, blues, and a little bit of rock, and a little touch of jazz thrown in. So yeah, I think it represents how I look at myself 100%.
So for 2015, Marlon, what can we see in your repertoire, in your busy schedule for Marlon McClain? What can we see as a musician, as a producer, and as a songwriter?
I think you're going to be seeing, more music coming out of me than ever before, as well as you're going to see a lot of other talent that I'm developing. I'm working with some singer-songwriters from Puerto Rico called Solero, who I'm really excited about. We just brought them here to Los Angeles, and we have a songwriter from Australia. Her name is Tori Marshall. I'm really excited about her. And so you're going to see a lot of different things from that perspective, which I think is going to be really, really super great. One thing that I'm currently excited about is a record that's getting ready to come out in August. There's a group called Golden Rules that's from the UK, and I worked on a song called Down South Boogie with them. And so I'm really excited about that, and that comes out in August. Yeah, in fact, I think they just played the song on the BBC last week.
And what sort of feedback have you received from people who have heard the song?
Oh, great. Everybody loves it.
Marlon, it comes to that time of the show where I need you to become a radio presenter. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Okay, then. You know what I'm going to ask you? I'm going to ask you to pick 2 of your favorite tracks. Have you got those 2 tracks in mind?
Let me see. I think I did last time, but yeah, I think I'm ready.
Presenting to listeners of the Kitten Club, songwriter as well as a talented musician, the one and only Marlon McClain. Take it away, Marlon.
Hey, everyone. This is Marlon McClain, live from Los Angeles, talking to my best friend, DJ Frenchie. One of my favorite songs I want you to check out is Infectious by Charlie Wilson. Take a listen.
Good God, y'all. The selection with perfection. It's more than affection. Are you infectious? Yes, you are. Uncle Charlie, do the honors. Baby girl, lips are red, they call you Maybelline.
Hey, how you doing?
Rock my world. If looks could kill you, knock me off my feet.
Hey, how you doing?
Can you kill him on the runway? Yes, you can. Can you hurt him with the long legs? Yes, you can. Can you make him every doorway? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. She's so infectious. She's dancing necklace. She's shaking bacon. Good Lord, ow. She's so infectious. She's dancing necklace. She's seeing a staging. Good Lord, ow. Get it, baby. Get it, baby. Get it, baby. One time, ow. Get it, baby. Get it, baby. Get it, baby. 2 times, ow. Diamond girl, eyes so bright they shine like Tiffany's.
Hey, how you doing?
I am mama now. Such a flirt. You teasing when you walk in front of me.
Hey, how you doing?
Can you kill him on the runway? Yes, you can. Can you hurt him with the long legs? Yes, you can. Can you make him have it your way? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. She's so infectious. She's dancing necklace. She's shaking bacon. Good Lord, ow. She's so infectious. She's dancing necklace. She's seeing a staging. Good Lord, ow. Get it, baby. Get it, baby. Get it, baby. One time, ow. Get it, baby. Get it, baby. Get it, baby. 2 times, ow. Ooh, you look so stunning. You got my engine running. Baby girl, you know you're on the night. You know you're so infectious, blowing up my senses. Baby girl, you're playing with my mind. To kiss your lips, dip, slip into a zone. 21354 home alone. Infectious, gold tips with the chrome. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give me my bone. I want you and I know that you want me too, so let's just do what's on your mind. Take your time, girl, and put that thing on me. I never wanted to fall in love, but who's to say? You never wanted to fall in love, but you fell for me. Anyway, I'm this, I'm that, I'm back on point. Heat by my thigh, you by my side. Both show, you go, Uncle Charlie, let him know. She's so infectious. She's so infectious. She's dancing necklace. She's shaking bacon. Good Lord, ow. She's so infectious. She's dancing necklace. She's seeing a staging. Good Lord, ow. She's so infectious. She's dancing necklace. She's shaking bacon. Good Lord, ow. She's so infectious. She's dancing necklace. She's seeing a staging. Good Lord, ow. Get it, baby. Get it, baby. Get it, baby.
this is Marlon McClain with DJ Frenchie. One of my favorite songs is called That Ain't Right. It's on my album TBC. Take a listen right now.
I have to say I've really enjoyed the show today, featuring my very special guest, Such. And in the background, Marlon McClain, all the way from Los Angeles. Thank you so much, Marlon. It's that time of the show when we have to say good luck, take care, and hopefully I will see you next time, next week, in which I have a triple bonanza featuring Tracy Hamlin, Daryl Bonner, and also James Germany. I'm your host, I'm Frenchie, and it's time for me to say ciao. So take care.
You are now on the guest list for the VIP lounge at the Kitten Club.
Hi, this is Ultra Van Chrome, and it would be my pleasure if you could come join me in the VIP lounge at the Kitten Club with DJ Frenchie. Make it alive.
Hi, I'm Lila, and it would be my pleasure if you could come join me on the 2nd of August in the VIP lounge at the Kitten Club with DJ Frenchie.
Hey everyone, this is Marlon McClain. I would love the opportunity to invite you to join me at the afterlife.